Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. We are continuing our Thanksgiving 2023 recipe collection and we are doing some more sides today. I've got 4 more recipes for you guys. Super excited to share these with you. Let's get in the kitchen and let's make some tasty stuff together. And so we are doing a butternut squash side dish. I'm liking just a little bit for my husband and I only, but I will leave the full recipe for this one in the description box like all the rest of the recipes for you guys. I'm taking a little bit of help from the store and I think this is an amazing tip for Thanksgiving. You can buy this butternut squash pre-diced in the freezer section. It's not super expensive. It's like $1.74 I think it is at Walmart a bag, and it's 10 ounces, so you get 4 of these and you're gonna have a pretty good sized sheet pan full of butternut squash for a side dish. Super inexpensive and you don't have to do any of the work to chop this up because I don't want to dice it. I'm not a fan of doing butternut squash, so we're gonna get this going. Super tasty ingredients. Let's get it fixed. All right friends, so we're gonna start with our butternut squash. This is super easy. I love how quick this recipe goes together. So we're just gonna put our butternut squash down here on the pan. We're gonna give it a little bit of olive oil. We're just gonna do a little drizzle. Whoops, helps to turn your bottle the right way. I don't wanna go too heavy with the oil because I don't want this to be greasy. So I think that's gonna be good. The recipe calls for salt, pepper, and garlic powder and onion powder. I'm gonna use this Auntie Nono's. This is an everything seasoning that has all of those spices in this bottle all at once. I love that. Give it a quick shake, break it all up. So we're gonna go really light. I don't wanna go super heavy. Just like that, just kind of move it around. It's gonna go in the oven, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes until it starts to get tender and starts to caramelize a little bit. We're gonna pull it out and we're gonna add some fresh cranberries. Goes back in the oven for about another 18 to 19 minutes until the cranberries become soft. And then we're gonna finish it with some incredible ingredients. Let's get this in the oven. All right, friends, while our butternut squash is in the oven, we're gonna get started on one of 2 cranberry sauces we're doing. We're doing kind of a twist on a traditional cranberry sauce. And then we're gonna do one that has a little bit more of a twist, adds a little bit of extra fruit to it. So I'm excited to make both of these super easy cranberry dishes. We did a spicy cranberry dish in a collab that we just did a couple of weeks ago. I'll leave a link for that video in this description box so you guys can check out. The spicy jalapeno cranberry sauce was phenomenal. It was so good. We ended up making turkey wraps with it after the fact and it was so good. So let's get these cranberry sauces made. All right, friends, for this cranberry sauce, we're gonna start off with a full bag of fresh cranberries. As they go flying all over my kitchen.
Needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a
All right, so we have our pack of cranberries in here. We're gonna put in about a half a cup of dried cranberries. I'm gonna say that's pretty close. We've got a third of a cup of sugar. 3 tablespoons of fresh orange juice. 3 tablespoons of orange marmalade. Quarter of a teaspoon of allspice. Some fresh orange zest. And this is really going to give us that nice punch of orange flavor along with the orange marmalade. And the last thing we're going to put in is 1 cup of cranberry juice. So when I was looking for cranberry juice at the grocery store, I found this cranberry elderberry. And I thought, what a great way to add some extra health benefits to your cranberry juice. because elderberry this time of year is so good at fighting colds and all those kinds of things. So I was excited when I saw that. All right, so let's give this a stir. We're gonna get our heat started. We're gonna start this on medium high. We're gonna give this a stir, get all of our ingredients mixed. Together, we're gonna bring this to a boil. We're gonna reduce it to a simmer, and we're gonna let it cook until it's starting to thicken up. Our cranberries have burst, and it's going to be amazing. Friends, this one is a raspberry cranberry sauce. So we're gonna add in 2 bags of cranberries. We're going to add in 1 cup of water, 1 1/3 cups of sugar. We're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. And last but not least, we're going to add in a cup of fresh raspberries. Now, if you can't find fresh raspberries where you are this time of year, I wouldn't sweat it. You can probably just use some frozen ones, and I think those would be fine. I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. So I'm just going to eyeball a cup of raspberries. I think that's probably good. Let's just go with that. We're going to turn this on medium high. We're going to let this start to cook, and we're going to get stirred. And this is going to be our second cranberry sauce. And as easy as these are, you could totally have 2 cranberry sauces on your table. It would be super fun for people to have a nice, variety of cranberry sauces for Thanksgiving. I think it would be super fun for a Thanksgiving dinner to have like 3 or 4 different kinds of cranberry sauce out. So maybe do this one that we're doing over here, that's the orange cranberry sauce, this one with the raspberry, maybe do the one I did a couple weeks ago, that's the jalapeno, and just have a nice variety for people to have on their plate so they can try some different cranberry sauces with their turkey. That would be super fun. I may do that this year. So we're gonna let these cook. Our butternut squash is in the oven, and we'll come back when these are ready. All right, friends, here is, get this up so you can see it. Here is our beautiful, this is the orange cranberry sauce. Isn't that beautiful color? Look at that. So, so pretty. It smells super, super good. Last but not least, this is our raspberry cranberry sauce. Looks so tasty. We're gonna let those sit there and cool on the stove. So they're gonna gel up, they'll get a little bit firmer, and we're actually gonna pack up some of this and take it over to my mom. My stepsister's here for the weekend, and so we're gonna take this stuff over and let them enjoy some of the wonderful things we've made over this last week. These amazing side dishes. We're waiting for our butternut squash, almost done. As soon as it comes out of the oven, we're gonna get that finished up. All right, here's our butternut squash. So I realized that I used all of my fresh cranberries in our cranberry sauce. So we're gonna just use some dried, and you know what? It's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. So we're just gonna drizzle these dried cranberries on here. It's still gonna be super tasty. We're gonna go a little bit more of our olive oil. I don't know why my thing is not coming out. There we go. All right. We need to put a little bit of honey on here. Just like that. And last but not least, we're gonna do a little bit of allspice. And this is just a little bit. We don't need very much. I'm gonna actually grab a spoon. I want to control this. Like I said, this doesn't need to be very much. It's just going to be that one little ingredient that kind of gives you that warm kind of holiday feel when you eat this butternut squash. So we're just going to go a little bit just like that. All right, we're going to put this back in the oven. As I said, it's supposed to have fresh cranberries, and it would have gone for another like almost 20 minutes. But because we're using dried, it's not going to take quite that long. So we're going to put this back in for just a few minutes. All right, friends, here is our butternut squash with our cranberries. We're going to finish this off real quick with a little bit of fresh feta. We've just got some plain feta cheese. I don't know that I would do one of the flavored fetas like the, garlic and herb or whatever. I just don't think those would be very tasty. So we're just going to use our plain, and I don't want huge chunks. I just want some little crumbles on top of this. Just like this. See one piece that got out of my hand. Let's go just a tiny bit more. But how pretty would this be on a beautiful platter? As I said, I didn't do a huge recipe because I don't need that much. Super beautiful on your Thanksgiving table, just like that. All right, friends, we are back for another tasty Thanksgiving recipe. We're doing this in the crock pot. I'm excited to do this when I found this recipe, obviously on Pinterest. And we are going to make a creamy mac and cheese in the crock pot. I love doing stuff like this in the crock pot during Thanksgiving because you've got so many other things that need to go in the oven, that have to go in the oven. Your turkey has to go in the oven. Your green bean casserole has to go in the oven. So many other things have to, your rolls. So I love having things like mac and cheese that you can put in a crock pot. You don't have to tend to it or anything. You just go in with your Thanksgiving meal, do everything else. So let's get this mac and cheese made. To start this recipe off, we need a pound of elbow macaroni. We need 1 can of evaporated milk. We need 2.5 cups of whole milk. There's 2 cups. Let's do our other half. Now I was reading the comments on this recipe and it says to cook for an hour on high. I was reading some of the comments and some of the comments said that after an hour it was not done. So they put it on low and they did it for another hour and then it was perfect. So that's probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook it for an hour. I'm going to come back, I'll check it. If it's not done, I'll turn it down to low and then I will cook it for another hour and hopefully it'll be done. So the other thing we need is 3 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. And I think that's about what I have in this bowl is about 3 cups. It's mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is supposed to be extra cheesy. And the one thing that I thought was interesting about this particular recipe is that it calls for American cheese. I can't buy American cheese. I mean, I probably could if I went to the deli, but I just have no desire to go stand in the deli line to have them cut me a chunk of American cheese so that I can come home and cube it up. So I just bought the deluxe craft and I'm just going to cube this. It says you need 1.5 cups of the American cheese. So I'm just I'll cube this up and put this right in the crock pot. I don't think it's gonna matter that it's in slices.
Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger. We are bound in the name.
All right, let's give this a stir. And then the last thing that we need to do for this is we need to dot it with a little bit of butter. let me try to get this mixed in here as much as I can. Okay, let's get all that cheese off of our spoon. I don't want to waste any of that beautiful cheese. All right, let's grab some butter. It says about 4 tablespoons. So I'm just gonna do just like that. All right, we're gonna put our lid on for 1 hour, and it's going. We'll check it in an hour. All right, friends, so I let this go for 2 hours on high because it was not done when I checked it. So it needed some more time, and you can see this is super creamy, super cheesy. Let's give it a taste. That is very good, friends. That's gonna be perfect on your Thanksgiving table. I love that it cooks in the crock pot. I love that it just can hang out over here on your counter while you're doing other things for your Thanksgiving meal. All right, friends, I wanna thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made 4 delicious side dishes, 2 cranberry sauces, a butternut squash dish, and a southern mac and cheese in the crock pot. These are all gonna be super tasty. I hope you guys will try these on your Thanksgiving table. I'm excited to do some more videos. We've got some more things coming out over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for those. Look for that Thanksgiving 2023 playlist that has all of these videos in there together so you don't miss a single recipe that we're sharing for Thanksgiving. Hope you guys can get some use out of these recipes. And again, as always, it means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me in my kitchen and see what I'm doing. I hope you guys will come back. Let me know in the comments if you guys do try any of these recipes, or if you have a favorite side dish similar to one of these that you guys have on your Thanksgiving table every year. Let me know what those are in the comments. I'd love to try your recipes. As always, friends, have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell down there so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And God bless.